young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingtheman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven.
You know, I'm 32 years old now, and I've been clinically depressed since I was 17 years old. And ever since I started listening to you a couple of months ago, bro, I don't even need to hear the word depression. I don't even care about that because that's not anything that I identify with anymore.
Nice.
I'm 100% cured. I'm 100% better because I've been listening to the Lee Peterson show, and I can't even begin to tell you how much I appreciate you. And I just can't even, begin to tell you how much I really appreciate the things that you're doing for young men. Young men need to hear this, and young men need to know this message that you're delivering because it's important. It's vital to their lives, Jesse. I just wanted to let you know that, man.
That's amazing. I mean, you made my day, man. When I hear one soul has returned to the Father, it's like 1,000. It's better than silver and gold. So God bless you, man. Anytime you have situations happening in your life, always be still. Don't overreact. Most of the people that I know, they say, oh, I know Jesus. I love Jesus. I'm an observer. And as soon as something don't go their way, they get mad. I'm like, what the? If you overreact, folks, remember to do that. Don't overreact. And when you get mad, it's your problem. It ain't your wife's problem, your husband's problem, your neighbor, your friend, your preacher, your teacher. It's your problem. Why you think you tick? It didn't go your way or the way you think it should go. Don't have a way you think it should go. Let life just happen. Thoughts make you think that life should go the way you want it to go. And if it doesn't, if someone don't do or say or act the way you think they should act, you hate them. And then you blame them for being mad. It's the darndest thing I ever seen. But it's amazing to see it. So relax. I noticed after a while that when these guys overcome their anger, they have amazing ideas about starting a business, but because they've been told that if you don't get a loan from the bank, or if you don't have a 5-year plan, or if you don't do this, and it's just simply not true, it's the first step. With faith, then all things are possible. So, but the most important thing is to return to the Father. That yearning that you have, that emptiness, that void, is not for more stuff. It's not for more friends. It is a return to the Father, because there's no way you can return to God and be angry at your earthly father. So thank you all so much, right? People around the world donated to Bond at rebuildingtheman.com, or they call 800-411-2663, and we're still committed to pointing the right way for men and women to return to the Father. Isn't he Mexican?
Colombia.
He calls himself American.
What is this?
Anchor Baby.
And in this corner, it's the American Anchor Baby.
Daddy's home.
That's an offensive term. People find that hurtful.
You mean it's not politically correct? Excuse me. I'll use the word anchor baby. He's an anchor baby in Canada.
Tell him we still rolling with Trump, too.
Anchor baby, the whole thing sounds horrific. You're just making it sound like immigrants are these horrific, greedy people.
Ustedes pueden aceptar mi negocio o aceptar las consecuencias. Plata o plomo.
So you would be considered white, in my opinion.
You the blackest one in this room,
I think so.
And what happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border, and then a few hours before, just before it was time for him to pop out, she jumped across the border and let him fall on America's soil. So he became the anchor baby. You don't call him the anchor baby for nothing. Amazing.
We like this anchor baby, right?
Hello, I'm the American Anchor, baby. This is my show. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Okay, on this fine Thursday. And what a fine Thursday to be back, because we got a bit of a show for you. I see you all tuning in, okay? It's Thursday. We're here. I'm seeing you all, okay? And I do appreciate it. We got a couple of things to get into, okay? It should be nice and easy. Nice, easy Thursday, okay? Nice, easy Thursday. Finish it up here in this chair before we take it to the lab, okay? But, okay, I'm welcoming my viewers here. I want to get to my stuff here in a sec, but I got to welcome all of you. We got to show some decorum. I asked decorum of you. I got to show it first. Let's lead by example and say hello to the people here on rumble.com/American Anchor, baby. Thank you very much. I'm seeing some fresh names. Thank you. How you doing? George. A pleasure. George with some possible verbal diarrhea, but it's a medical condition. So we're going to not judge him. It's a medical condition. Thank you. Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. Punchy.tv/Anchor Baby. And, of course, here on Rumble. How you doing, everybody? Thanks for clicking the like button. You're showing decorum, leading by example. And now we can berate people. Now we can tell them you're an animal. You're an animal. You're not clicking the like button, you animal. Okay. Okay, so we're here. What else? 888-775-3773. You got something on your mind, something you want to talk about, a question. I'm seeing some of you holding. In fact, some of you holding. I appreciate it. You called at the end of my show. You called, I think, at the end of yesterday. Shall we show them a little decorum? Shall we lead by example? Have this fine individual who waited a while. We'll get to calls here in a sec. Thanks for all the support. We'll get to coffees and all that. Buymeacoffee.com/Anchor Baby. What else? Look, I want to get into my stuffs. I got my little stuffs. I got my little stories. Okay, mainly because what's going on in the news? Okay, what's even going on? Okay, I know Hillary Clinton. Okay, if Hillary Clinton is going, right? She's where is she even? Some committee, right? They're doing, they've subpoenaed these people, right? Over the Epstein stuff. And she's like, okay. So whatever. I barely looked into it because, like, I don't care. Okay, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced about the things. There's a real Epstein and a fake one. Everyone is concerned about the fake one. They're concerned about all the fake stuff. And I'm not convinced about anything else. And there's nothing convincing about Trump or anything that I should really care about. Okay? I mean, the lines are open, 888-775-3773. I'm just not convinced. There's a lot of just, okay, but what about you? So Hillary Clinton goes up and says, okay, I'm corrupt, but what about you? Go after them. And then it's like, I have no opinion, right? Oh, but the 6 names that were redacted, Thomas Massey, he went up there. Okay, give me the evidence. Tell me the story. Well, they maybe, right? You should care. It's pedophile. And now I stop caring. So, make a clear, give me some proof about something you're saying about these people, okay? And this Wexner guy, I mean, what else I can say about him? Aren't they investigating him? Isn't that part of it? But look, so that's why I haven't looked into it. I think that's what's going on. Okay, you're welcome to call me about it. 888-775-3773. What else? ICE can't get this Anchor Baby. Is regrettably not. No, wait. I'm just joking about that. Forget it. Just forget it. I was gonna make a joke. Not important. How you doing? In the chat, I see you, Jim. I see you. Our Arctic sentry in Alaska. The Jamaican super soldier in the north supporting NORAD and our other Canadian viewers. Okay, I don't know what we'll call them. We'll call them other things. We got you all here. Thank you for liking. Appreciate it. So, yeah, we could talk about it if you want. That's what's going on. What else is even going on? Really, what I really want to show you is this video. That's what I really want to show you, but we're going to hold off just for a second. We're going to show some decorum and a little bit of love, if we could call it that, to our callers, 888-775-3773. Stephen, Maryland, I appreciate you holding. How you doing, sir? You're on the air.
I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm great, thanks.
I'm calling about our friend, the Gyrene Mark.
Our friends who?
Mark.
Our friend Mark.
Yeah, he insulted James Hake, and Hake never realized he insulted him.
When?
About 5-10 minutes ago. You know what he said?
I missed it.
He said he was going to send him a book with pictures.
I did miss
small
that one.
Words,
No, wait. I did not miss that one. Actually, I didn't miss that one. Yeah. I actually remember that. He's like,
he has a low IQ. No big words.
I forgot what they were talking about, but I gathered Mark, but he really wants to get this information across, and he's trying to make it easy for our very own Hake Report. He's telling him, hey, look, it's got a lot of pictures and big words, okay? It's easy for you.
No, he said there was no big words.
Right, no big words, big text, easy to read, pictures.
Yeah.
You defended Hake? You call him my show to defend him on his behalf? You're defending his honor?
Yes.
Nice.
I said he didn't pick that up. I
hope
don't know
he
how
hears
he didn't pick that up.
James, he said yes.
Stupid. Call
Steven
man
said
stupid
yes.
on his own show.
And why does that bother you?
Say what?
Why does that bother you?
Because I like hate.
Uh-huh.
I don't like nobody to be put down like that. You don't call nobody.
It didn't seem like he felt put down. Why do you want him to be put down?
I don't want to be put down. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but it didn't seem like he was put down or felt put down. He didn't indicate that. But so if none of that is true, why do you want him to be put down?
I said I don't want him to be put down.
But he wasn't.
He was.
What makes you say that?
It was off the side comment.
Why do you so badly want to see him as put down?
I just said I don't want to see him put down.
Right, so he wasn't. But he wasn't put down.
Oh, he was. That was a little sneaky way of putting it.
All evidence indicates he wasn't. And you're telling me, he was. Now you see why I keep saying you really want him to be put down. Why is that?
No, I don't want to be put down. No, I was just saying he's not getting away with it.
I think you want him to be put down, and this is just my opinion.
No.
You tell me if I'm wrong, okay, sir? Because
I don't lie.
You like the division.
I don't like division either.
Huh?
I don't like division either. And the next thing, move on from that. That he likes that bougie. You know what bougie means?
Bougie?
Yeah.
Bad and bougie. Yeah, I think I know what that means.
That's William III. He's a bougie, COON. I can't say the word.
Bougie can be good, no?
Yeah, it can be good.
Yeah, right.
But it ain't good.
Exactly. So bougie can be good, right?
Okay, I was just saying.
You accept,
bougie.
right?
Yeah.
Bougie, chat.
Saying,
let me educate the chat real quick, sir. Bougie.
Okay.
How do we spell that, sir? Is that B-O-U-J-I-E or G-I-E? Yeah, J-I-E. Slang for luxurious. Maybe even high class. Maybe even a little stuck up. In the most negative.
That's it.
In the most negative characterizations.
That's it.
Right? So,
that's what I call bougie.
Why are you jealous? But anyways,
I'm
it's
not
silly.
Jealous.
This is silly.
I'm using it.
Leave him alone. Get some money. But also, maybe fair. Sometimes people can.
No, he's not.
You know, you don't want to be bad bougie. You don't want to be the bad kind of bougie. You don't want to be. You know, there's another word for what you're trying to say, and it's called new. Maybe there's another term, nouveau riche. You know, it's like, oh, did you just come into money? Nouveau riche. It's a fancy word it's French. It's to say that you're new money. You're like, oh, did you just get here? Did you just make some money? Because you're acting like you just got money. Like this is new to you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You're familiar with the term?
No, I'm not familiar with that term.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about French.
Only German.
Well, not really. I don't know that much about German. Oh, my ex-wife, well, my deceased
I know a
wife.
bit about you. I'm having a little fun.
She's passed on, but that's all I knew about German. But getting back to the bushy part, this guy's talking about he got an apartment. He got this big farm with 5 buildings on it. The foxes come around trying to beat his cattle up. He leaves his girlfriend at the house. That dude, him.
Silly.
He eats all that in a bowl of chicken.
What do you care about that for?
I beg your pardon?
What do you care about that for?
I don't care about it. I was just saying. That's what he thinks. That's it. That's all I got for you today.
Stephen.
The Bushy COON, an insult to hate.
What a mess. Leave that. I'm staying out of it. I'm staying out of it.
Okay, remain neutral. Okay, fine.
Always something to say about somebody else's behavior and attitude, however right maybe, but maybe usually haters, exaggerate, but never about the content. Like, what was anybody saying that's like wrong or incorrect? That's what I gather from you, Stephen. But that's all the time we have, man. Can you call me again?
Okay, anytime.
Of course. Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye.
888-775-3773. A little fun. A little silly. It's a little silly fun Thursday. Whatever, right? Maybe it's a little bit bickering. You guys are saying, yeah. That's why we gave it 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Nouveau riche. What, did you just make some money just yesterday? Huh? Buddy. Because bougie, what about some accuracy in the terminology? But I like that's something I like about the black vernacular, and its multifaceted usage. You got to have context. They're contextual words. It's like the press X to do anything in a video game. They have that in their language. Like they linguistically made an action button. You know what I'm saying? Like in any of these games, you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. They linguistically did that. It's a contextual word. Very cool. Okay. Silly. You know what else is silly? You know what else is silly? Let me walk down the street. Let me walk down the street, okay? And let me take my worldview and live it. Let me live it. All right, America. Okay, MAGA. Let me live it. Let me go to these people, to the homeless. Let me show you. Let's get a camera. Let's get a camera and show people how we are the same. And we are. Wait, hold on. Where am I going with that? Hold on. Wait. We are. We're the same. What's going on inside? But you got to understand the liberal female, if I may. That's one such category, right? Maybe just the caring woman. Bros again. Get out of here. Everything's fake. Loves quick time events. I'm not gonna turn up my nose to that. So you're a liberal, right? You're a woman, maybe. You're like, scratch that. We are equal, but like inside. But look, you're thinking too that people, for example, like a homeless person, is just as kind and civilized and as the next person. They just have different circumstances. They have different environmental factors. They have different people's perceptions on them, right? Wait, what? You guys get it, right? And so you're going out there and you're like, I'm going to show the world that, right? And I'm trying to pull up the video. Where'd it go? Come on. There it is. They're having a little moment out there. And I'm not sure what streets. what's the streets of what city? The next story is an example. Once again, a man had to step in and help the lady out. The situation involved an internet influencer who was filming the plight of homeless people for clicks when she came across a woman who was clearly under the influence of something. Okay. And appeared to want to harm the woman filming. So this is the footage here. We got her right here. Are you all right? It kind of starts, right here. Not getting the moment before, but here we go. Are you all right?
You all right?
Oh!
Hi. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
You're right.
Okay.
He's active.
Hi. Yep.
It's an active one.
Okay, chill out. Relax.
We're good. We're good.
Not dormant.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Very affectionate.
Social distance. Yep. Are you okay?
Calm down.
Okay, stop.
That's a bad touch.
Stop.
Hey.
Stop.
Relax. Calm down.
It's okay, dear.
Calm down.
So, dear.
Calm down. Calm down.
Yes.
Calm down. Let go of her.
You're good?
Let go of her. Let go of her. Let go of
It's
her.
okay. Everything's okay, dear.
Whoa, that's too close to her
Everything's okay.
mouth.
Are you okay? All right.
That is her bare hand. Are those gloves or is that? I don't think those are gloves. I think that's just the film of the streets.
Okay.
I gotta say, folks, I'm not sure those are gloves.
You okay? All right.
I don't think those are gloves at all. I think those gloves just
Waking
came
up?
off of her hands onto her face. And was that a smack? Let's let that play.
All right.
Just a love tap.
Waking up?
Okay, that was a little smack. Come on. No, nobody's taking her down.
All right.
Okay.
Stop.
Calm down.
Decentralizing her.
Calm down, baby.
Close-up
Calm
shot
down.
of the
What are
hands.
you doing?
I think I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Oh my gosh, we're snuggling. Please don't leave.
LOL, this is so awkward.
Please don't
No.
leave.
We're good. We're good.
We're good.
Take care.
Haha,
All
LOL.
right.
Okay.
I'm glad you're doing okay.
That's interesting.
I'm glad you're doing okay.
That's
You're not
interesting.
gonna poke me in the eye.
All right, Tara, walk away.
You put my head.
Well, because we're...
Why'd you poke my
I
head?
think you're overdosing.
Would you like to keep one of these?
Oh my God, you're overdosing.
Would you like a cigarette?
You need it.
All right.
Would you like a cigarette?
Quickly, emergency cigarette. Emergency cigarette. Those are not gloves. That's a nail. I see a nail. Quick, emergency cigarette. Quick, emergency bogey. Calm down. Instant negative 20. Instant calming effect.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you okay? All right.
I think I backed up too much.
Overdosing.
We thought you were
I
overdosing.
think you're overdosing.
Would you like to keep one of these?
Oh my God, you're overdosing.
I'm gonna need context, weird content, bro. You guys, she went out there to film the plight of homeless people. You following? And then she's like, and then this homeless person acted like a deranged homeless person, and maybe their worldview is being challenged before their very eyes in this very moment. Okay.
Would you like a cigarette?
You need it.
All right.
Would you like a cigarette?
It's clearly aggressive from this individual. If you're not, if you're confused, this is what's it called? Masked aggression.
There you go. Thank you.
The emergency cigarette.
I'm okay. You want me to keep it?
You're dying.
Okay.
Dying. Oh, you think
dying.
I'm dying? You think I'm a drug? You're a drug addict. That's
dying.
you.
Thank you.
Stop. She's going to bite you.
You're
Stop
okay.
getting so close to this person. Look, she's trying to bring her to the ground.
Why are you annoyed?
Look. Do you see? That was a little judo move. She puts her leg, look, the leg through the middle. Boom. She's trying to bring her down.
Why are you annoyed?
Bro.
Don't be annoyed.
You're being aggressive right
This is the most disturbing video I've ever seen. This is really bad for my anxiety.
You're being aggressive.
How am I being aggressive?
Pulling on someone that doesn't know you.
Yeah, we were just trying to help you, dear.
What do you mean? What did you do to me?
We thought you were dying.
No, you
We thought you
didn't.
were
Yes, we
dying.
did.
No, you wanted to annoy me.
Why do they have to film it though? I hate when people. That's what they were doing. That's what they were doing. That's probably what they were initially there for. It's like, let's do content. Maybe this person even thinks like, I'm being kind, or you know how these people, they get out there, they do content, and it's like these videos go viral. I mean, you gotta imagine maybe some think they're like really making like positive content. Others might, I don't know. There must be a range of thoughts out there, I'm sure. But You're okay. So yeah, totally agree. Do-gooder content blowing up in their faces is what I'm trying to summarize here.
But that's okay. Okay, why don't you let go now, please? Let go.
They should have
I know, let
taken
go,
her to
let
the
go.
ground. She could have bit her. That's what I can't get over is that she could have bit her.
Annoyance?
Let go.
That's so stupid.
All right, let's let it play out. We're almost done.
Okay.
She wants you to let go
But
of her.
you still feel annoyed.
Let go of her.
I do feel a little annoyed.
Yeah, you need to let go.
Well, then why did you do that?
I feel a little annoyed.
Make sure you're okay.
Let go.
No,
Can
you
let go of me now,
didn't.
please?
Why don't you love yourself?
I'm trying.
You're trying?
Let go of her.
But you don't
Punch her in the face.
Okay, we got it.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go.
What are you doing?
There you go. Thank you.
Go over.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
No, thanks. No, thanks.
Spartan kick. This is. I think you're. Don't do anything illegal. Look, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you what to do. But I think the law should. I know the law is crazy, but in my opinion, the law should be that in this. You see this scene right here, this very moment right here. The law should totally allow you to Spartan kick this individual. I mean, you don't walk up to a person after being aggressive. But yeah. Worldview shattered. Worldview absolutely shattered. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like any moment she could bite. Nick is hurting our sensibilities. Am I? Wait, am I just desensitized? It's just I see this stuff, right? It's deranged. People want to say that it's external factors that they would very much just be like anybody else. And you know what? That's not necessarily untrue, but here's the key difference that this woman, many like her, refuse to acknowledge that they are just like you, but with a few key details that you could relate to, and you're hooping and holler away from. But they've just given themselves unto the streets, to drugs, to anger. They're usually quite mad at the public. They're usually very antisocial. They're very, very antisocial. Antisocial people can be violent. Okay. But okay. Will they get it? Is it possible? I don't know. It's like women are like rabidly ideological and with an in-group preference that would make even your who really all the ethnicities. You're Indian. I'm thinking Indian and Jew. That's who's on the top of my mind here. Okay, blame social media, but that would make them blush. Okay, the in-group preference and the toppling of reality to make it happen. It would make you blush. Would make the Marxist blush. Like, okay, chill, but the math doesn't make sense. Who cares about the math when compassion, sir. There has to be compassion. Compassion looks like boys being graded a third boys. Wait, what is it? OECD. The Boys Crisis. This is a little old, but it was going around again. Great little report on schools. Boys are 1/3 more likely to be graded higher on a reading test when the teacher does not know that the person who took the test is a boy. Oh, that's compassion. That's compassion. Compassion is like this homeless person, that lady, should be allowed. She should be allowed to be insane, attack. They exist in a different class, in a different you can't judge. They can't be judged by the same laws. But that's crazy. That's compassion. Whoa. That lady's been going around. Helen Andrews, you seen her? She's been getting all. I know that her videos have been going. Her clips on women. And how it's really feminization of institutions of education, the government. It's not woke. You could call it woke. The source is these women. The source is like it's the women, their rabid ideological mentality, and in-group preference over reality, over merit, the math, the law. Hell, I don't know if you've seen her. We've been saying stuff. I guess when the lady says it, it's like, see, look, a woman is saying it, right, guys? And then we all stand behind Helen. No, wait. No, hold on. She's a smart lady, right? What was she saying here?
If you're talking about something like the legal system, I want female lawyers to be happy and have a good time, but that is not my top priority. My top priority is that we have a good legal system.
Ooh, that's where we kind of get weak, right? It's like, Helen's smart. And she's like,
but that is not my top.
And she's like, it's not my top priority, but, I do want women lawyers. It's like, okay, we'll deal with that. That must, in terms of, gaming out strategy, I guess that'll be a battle of the future. But for now, yes, it shouldn't be the primary motivation.
If you're talking about something like the legal system, I want female lawyers to be happy and have a good time, but that is not my top priority. My top priority is that we have a good legal system that's functioning and leads to a just and fair society. And we had increasing female representation in the legal system seems to have been accompanied by a lot more wokeness, which I think is more damaging in lawyers than it is in almost anywhere else. Because the law is the one field where you really want people to be as literal-minded as possible, as devoted to the rules as possible, not fudging things so that everybody's happy, really sticking to the letter of the law. And so if the law is corrupted, that's something that I'm very, very worried about. And we got a glimpse of what a maximally feminized legal system might look like here in the United States in our Title IX campus courts for sexual assault. I don't know how it's done in the UK, but here in the US in 2011, the Obama administration mandated that universities in the United States adopt certain rules for adjudicating allegations of sexual assault on campus. Things like you had to use a preponderance of evidence standard. So no more proving things beyond a reasonable doubt. Men who were accused were no longer allowed to confront their accusers because that might be traumatizing. It was just basically the wish list that we saw during the Me Too era, which, a lot of people were sympathetic to because nobody wants, sexual abuse or sexual assault or anything like that. But on the other hand, you also want these legal protections and due process protections that have evolved over centuries for very good reasons. And what we saw in the Title IX campus courts for sexual assault.
Smart lady, right? She brings up that really good point about that era, right? Title IX, that's what a feminized system will look like. Just insane, absolutely insane. But Helen, I'm sure she's a nice lady. Is that the justice, the law? I'm thinking about this word. Think about equality and fairness. Like, where is that? Where is that in life, in the Bible, in justice, in the law? Like, I can understand some of the language. I mean, the idea is equal, I guess, perception of every individual. I mean, that their personal, that their personal identity, I guess, and immutable characteristics, they'll say, right? Stuff you're born with should have no bearing on the law. And even on that, is that totally true? Let's say we agree, we drop the pretense. Yeah, men and women are, at the very least, biologically different, right? Should that account in the law? I mean, is there, what is this, what is such a thing, fairness and equality? I mean, it's almost it's largely a non-existent thing. And it's imposed by those who maybe want to have a morality. And I'm not exactly against that, right? I'm living in it. A whole bunch of people thought at one point, we're going to impose this fairness in the law, fairness in the courts with the police and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I think I'm cool with that. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not fighting it, right? living in it, and but equality and fairness, like, is there equality and fairness with like a criminal? The fairness is in the proper punishment. Is it fair to that person? It's like a whole bunch of unfairness and trying to just cope with it or deal with it. I don't know. Hierarchies, okay. Natural orders. Yeah, is that even in the Bible? Just thoughts, whatever. 888-775-3773. I see you guys want to talk about some stuff here. I'm going to get to you. Nick, what's nice about her? Nick, what's nice about her? I don't know. Just like a nice lady saying somewhat right sounding things. And nice isn't always good. Yeah, it's just like nice. That's a nice person, a nice lady. What's nice about her? She seems fair. Oh no, wait, that's like old. That's like an old way of saying pretty, right? Anyways, she's based. Look, we'll get to all that. We'll get to all of you in a sec and your super chats, but we need to get to my callers who've been on hold. William, I got you on the air out of California.
Mommy.
How you doing, sir?
All right. How you doing? You still playing that Kashif? I know I've been playing his rotation lately, and today that's on the music tip because I heard him talking about some music today, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. It's funny that group is called Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, but do you know who the lead singer is?
No.
It's not Harold Melvin. It's not Harold Melvin. It's Teddy Pendergrass. Before he went solo.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out on the oldies on those tunes.
The old school, yeah.
Kashif.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, he's a good producer. Very important. You said something today which will pretty much, I hope, will kill this conversation about the Jews. You said something on the lines of the Jews versus the Jewish state. And everybody's always in an uproar about America supporting Israel militarily. It really isn't most of the people that talk about it don't know much about it. And the people that don't talk about it know why that is so. Because there's, like you said today, there's a difference between the Jewish state and the Jews. It's two different things.
And you know what? That's a statement. That's some validity we could discuss. I just don't remember saying that. I wonder, did I say that?
You said that on Jesse.
Oh, maybe okay, yes. He asked me about Zionism, and
right.
and I'm like, wait, what is that?
Right. I don't get into that. What they believe in is not that important to me. But that's with all due respect to anybody that has feelings about it. But I do know the difference. Is the reason why they support them is because they're pretty much the most stable nation over in the Middle East, and the United States have interest in that. That really doesn't have anything to do with anybody else but the United States.
Right, but what's going on too is that I'm coming to realize that there are a number of interests. Okay, and there's a number of interests in a couple of directions you could go here, and so I've come to, like, for example, you're talking about I don't know our military interests out there, but the how you arrive to these military interests it's becoming clear that there's an importance there, because, for example, if you're someone who I just saw, there's Mike Huckabee, for example, is an individual that sees Israel as like it's this, like it is the continuation of. It sounded like that's what he was saying. It's like the Israel of the Bible, right? And it's and when for me, That's not to say that I don't understand that Christians, especially older Christians in America, have this connection, make this connection with Judaism and Judeo-Christian. I don't even have too deep of a criticism of that. It's like,
me neither.
But when it comes to individuals, like back to Huckabee, and you say, well, okay, let's say I'm a citizen, I'm a voter. I'm like, okay, what's my military? What are my military people saying? We need to do this military thing. Okay, why? Because of like some scriptures interpretation? Hold on. I want you to just be a military guy. You know?
It's on. Yeah. See, you separated the two this morning. That is one. It doesn't have to do with the other. Okay, and whether or not America supports them, and Israel develops their own weapons too. Whether or not Israel is supported by the United States is of anybody's business but the United States and Israel. There's nothing you can do about it because they're still there. They're going to be there. All the talk about the stolen land and everything. Let's go back to America. You got the Indian sitting up on a rock in Utah or Wyoming somewhere going, it's our land, right?
That's so true.
And then you got Pennsylvania Avenue, who represents us as American citizens. It's two different things because one doesn't mean anything.
It's a good thing to bring up.
American Indians saying that this is our land originally, if you think about it, doesn't mean anything. The Palestinians saying it was originally ours today doesn't mean anything.
Right. So this is why the conversation. So this is why that in my mind there seems to be like a number of things, and I don't know how to unite them, but there seems to be what you're describing, right? It's like there are those who are like anti-Zionist, for example, because it's like stolen land, and it's like the Palestine was there first, and that is so ridiculous to me. That is so.
Yeah, what's happening now?
And today? Why would an American? What are you, some Palestinian? Like what? Why are you taking up this fight? Because then that means you're taking up this like anti-colonialist fight. It's like you could say the same thing about America.
Yeah.
Like so there's that aspect. There's people who believe it's like they have like a religious justification for Israel's existence, and it's like am I going to argue that? Like no, but when it comes to our military people, like I was describing. And then there's like just nationalism and a nation of these people that are there and they that they want to be there. Yeah. And I believe, right, that makes sense to me. So I don't know how to unite these things, but I feel like these things are going on.
As long as I've been alive, which is a little bit longer than you, here's the deal. It's an ongoing thing and ongoing cost. Yes, it is. There's nothing anybody can do about it, especially people that don't live in this country. Is that's true. But they also it's an ongoing thing that they're attacked every 8 to 10, 12 years. So they also are the most, and we have other interests over there, Iraq, and, Jordan, and Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. And there's a lot more to this than you just saying your money is going to Israel. That's just not that simple. And number two, it is not. Definitely ain't no Canadians' money. I don't know when that started happening.
Yeah, the money's going actually. Yeah, it's going to all that.
That's
region.
Our money.
It's going to Israel, Qatar, Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, that's our money.
I don't know how much.
Speaking of money,
but yeah,
I don't know how much.
From what I gather, it's going to all those countries because we're trying to make things happen in that whole. We're trying to make stuff happen, and whatever.
Yeah,
maybe there's an argument to like. Home.
I just like the way you put it today. It's just you separated the two. Yeah, you have a belief in what you might think should be over there and what's going on, and then you have the other side of that, which is their relationship with the United States. It is what it is. There's nothing nobody can do about it. It's our wealth.
I'm not sure I respond to that statement.
How dare you speak on our wealth? I heard Stephen earlier. That's kind of rich. What is my financial portfolio so important to you, Steve? Because you know what they say. When you look for something, you better be careful because you might find it. I know business because I've taken $8 million worth of property and turned it into $14 million. That's almost double. So until you do that, Steve, don't speak on what I'm doing with my life. I don't have an apartment building. Those things are worth $2 million. I got several. So stop this. It's going always talking about somebody else's wealth in Canada, talking about America's wealth. It's going to be what it is. And I'm not giving mine up to no redistribute. No. Mine ain't getting redistributed.
Silly, right? Why are they pocket watching? Why are you pocket watching?
Made that. Yes, pocket watching. Y'all made sure
why are you
that
pocket
when
watching?
I died,
You know, the comment was about behavior.
Since
Since you're bringing it up, since you wanted to bring it up, the comment was about behavior. What do you think about that? It was about like
behavior,
overly flexing, nouveau riche.
Stevie,
what about that?
Steven is looking for something, but let me tell you why I don't go back and forth with Steven is because those black and white films that you've seen about the civil rights and all of the dogs getting sick on people in Alabama and all of that stuff back in the day. You know why I don't go back and forth with that old idiot? Because he was a teenager when that was jumping off. He's part of the civil rights. Okay, I have enough respect to understand who I'm talking to when I talk with this guy. I got old relatives too. What are you, 87? Or are you
So
19?
they were like young, they were like out protesting or whatever,
they
like way
were
into
like,
it.
They were like what you
and they
see
stayed
in
like that.
Minnesota right now. What you see in Minnesota and demonstrating on the street right now, he was that.
And you're saying like they stayed that way or whatever. Largely,
of course they
that
did.
thinking, to at least to some degree.
They're dying right now. Jesse Jackson. Look at Maxine Waters. She's 150 years old. Even Martin Luther King's kids are getting old. You know, we're all getting older. You know, but no, that's what you're talking to when you talk to that guy. That's why he sounds like that. Immature, emotional about the black thing. Yeah, I could live next door to Mark. You know why I could live next door to Mark? Because he would look across the street at William's house and see that he has pride in his property. He won't see cars in the driveway. He won't see cars parallel parked in front of his house.
Make me laugh.
Oh, William allows me to look out my front window. This is what Mark would say. He allows me to look out my front window and see nothing but landscape. He has respect. He's a sensible black.
You know what? This Negro's got some taste.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. I'm trying to make up a funny scenario.
I ain't apologizing. I mean, I don't pocket check other people. If you want to
watching. Why are you pocket watching?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you want to check, you might be careful to what you might find. You can't base what's going on with a young person and compare it to what I'm doing at this point in my life. You got a lot of catching up to do, especially your Frenchies. Because they're not getting
I'm not
pass.
getting that. What's up with the Canadian? What's up with the Canadian informant? I'm not getting that commentary.
Wait a minute. Your Frenchies up in Canada, they're not getting the high roller package that Nick got. You're not going to live here. Get over it.
I'm not understanding this Canadian commentary. What's the thing with Canada? They got problems, but like
Canada
it sounds like
ain't got nothing to do. Canada ain't got nothing to do with what
Canada's been in your crosshairs lately. I just am wondering why.
That's in my crosshairs. Canada ain't got nothing to do with what we do.
You hear that? You heard? William, thanks for your call, man. Call me again.
All right, man. Take care.
888-775-3773. What? Look. Did something happen? Did I miss something? 888-775-3773. Is Canada in the news? I mean, obviously Canada's in the news. What fresh hell is coming out of Canada? What about race? What about race? What about brazen, race-based, racial caste system of the law? Talk about equality in the law, right? We're talking about equality in the law. You want to see equality and compassion? This is what this equality and compassion of the woman, what it looks like in the law. You know, let's skip. So we'll come back to this, going surgically into the middle of the packet. since it came up. What fresh hell? And then calls 888, thank you, 775-3773. You think you hear, wow, South Africa, man. Or just one of these Zimbabwe, whatever you hear about. Wow, that's crazy how it's like, you can get nuts, huh? Like, over there, though, in these African places, you start having, like, problems, right? Riots or apartheid, whatever they called it, right? And then, like, just terrible things. You think to yourself, wow, that's, like, far away African thing. I don't know. And then, like, courts saying, wow, your race, you committed a crime. We're considering this much time for your crime. And the amount of that time changes upon considering your race. You're like, that only happens in Africa, right? Indigenous Ontario killer swaps life sentence for one at the very low end of range. An indigenous... Let's pull this up elsewhere. Hold on. This article is giving me... Yes, judge grants leniency for Toronto crack dealer because of his 9 children and his race. Okay, a Toronto crack cocaine dealer. Let's see if we could pull this. Oh, okay, we could do it. I think we could just have to turn off ad blocker. Just give me 1 sec. Let me in. National Post. Hold on. Hacking the mainframe. We're hacking the mainframe. Just hold on. Judge grants, you're seeing it here, for a Toronto crack dealer because of his 9 children and his race. Lloyd Williams couldn't prove his Mi'kmaq ancestry, but the judge was satisfied that he has established a connection to the indigenous ancestry. A crack cocaine dealer caught back in business 3 times over the course of 10 months managed to convince a judge that he deserves leniency because putting him behind bars would mean hardship for his 9 children, but not because he's addicted to the drugs he was caught peddling. Lloyd Williams, guilty in the Ontario Court of Justice, 3 counts of possession of cocaine for the purpose of trafficking in a deeply troubled neighborhood surrounding Dundas and Sherbourne? Oh, no way. It said Toronto. Dundas and Sherbourne? That's before the DVP. You're telling me it used to be that past this it was kind of grimy. There's Regent Park, mentioned it. Used to live kind of near there. But maybe there's a creep, the encroachment. Dundas and Sherbourne. I mean, it was whatever. Williams, who was released after each arrest, twice on bail, a third time on the promise he would wear a tracking device, pleaded guilty to one count of possession of proceeds of crime, blah, blah, blah. The Crown recommended 6.5-year prison sentence. Lloyd Williams has 9 children in total. 2 stepchildren. The youngest is 10 months old. Oh, the poor little 10-month-old. He states that he provides support as a father to his children. Any lengthy absence would be a significant impact. Williams identifies as both black and Mi'kmaq. Though he couldn't prove the latter, the judge was satisfied Williams has established a connection to indigenous ancestry. It is not unusual for indigenous people who have struggled under the yoke of colonialism in this country and its intergenerational impact to have lost connections to their roots and community, Chamberlain said. Chamberlain, by the way, Justice Andre Chamberlain. Okay. In the Ontario Court of Justice. Invoking colonialism. I've said this before. Canada is like deeply, like, one of the worst examples of this like communism, this like anti-white, bring everybody in, replace them, and deny that it's ever happening, and laugh and cravenly call out whites and say white this, white that. But yet every politician, I don't even notice this, the politicians, it's like, I'm waiting for all the Jewish last names, like, right? I'm seeing they're always French and Anglo, and like Chamberlain, and that's just how it is. This is what I've noticed. Right? We're supposed to be noticing patterns. That's not me denying like the Jewish liberal bend and they're like, and they're they're stuck on the Holocaust, and it's like we can't let that happen again. So they're like open borders. I mean, but that's just, call me just I'm just presenting the news as it comes, giving you the patterns I see. Look, it's a conversation people are allowed to bring up on my show. People bring it up, and I get that many are like, they share like this like chip on the shoulder. Maybe unfair characterization, but maybe I think for many it is, though. This chip on the shoulder of like this heavily censored topic you couldn't talk about. Okay, fine. It's like, fine. It was heavily censored because of Jewish identity, and it's just like, you're familiar with some of the most infamously censored that you are fans of. There might be future presidents, and so fine, like that's maybe true, but it's like, can we progress the conversation? It's like, it's one thing to say, well, you can't talk about it. Now it's like you could talk about things that are changing, right? What can there be a progression? Like, how important is for example, like, I think it's a fair question. That's why the lines are open. Like, how important is it that, like, for example, if true, like Jews created all these isms, hundreds of years ago or something. Again, apologies for the ignorance. Maybe some are cringing, but I think it's a fair question. Look, how much does that matter today when you got, for example, Chamberlain and all the French people, or like, what about all the Mexican communists and Marxists or whatever? Like, give me the right, the answer to that. Like, how important is it when you have all this? That's Canada for you. I mean, like, rabidly suicidal and anti-white. And I always see these politician names, and it's like French names, So anyways, where were we? Williams, you get it. It's race-based. It's a caste system. Look, they're saying, that because of the father thing and his identifying as a black and a Micmac and the colonialism, they gave him a light sentence. Oh, and he's epileptic too? Yeah, no. Basically, you can never be tried in a normal court. That does not make sense to me. If you can't be tried in a normal court, you can't be in normal society. His lawyer argued that in addition to the significant mitigating health and personal circumstances, there are two legal considerations that should mitigate a sentence, bringing it down to an upper reformatory range, namely the impact and harm a lengthy prison sentence will have on his family. Lengthy prison sentences are harmful, so we got to stop that too. You basically can't do anything. You can't go after the criminals because they're outside of the law, even if they're the cartel. If they're the cartel operating so outside of the law, well, we can't do anything to them, says the compassionate woman who just wants the violence to end. Okay. What else is that? I think that was the story out of Canada, okay? Was there something else on that? I think there was. Hold on. No, I think all of these links are the same story. Canada divides her population into 3 groups: racialized, non-racialized, and Aboriginal. The Aboriginal population is comprised. Where's this from? Where did this person get this? They're responding to this story. I'm familiar with some of these terms growing up in Canada, like the Métis. That's a mixed, oh yeah, it says right here, mixed European Indian population, like First Nations. The Métis. And those people get like tax breaks. And they'll take you to the res. They'll take you to the res if you're friends with them. Slap on the wrist. But yeah, you see this just clear. It's clear, like a different law. It's like a different law. I'm forgetting the punchline. Like it's a different justice system for the different races, for the minority, and brazenly so. And not that far from you, over there in the north. Okay. Amazing. Look, we got Mark out of Los Angeles. I appreciate you holding, Mark. You're on the air.
Yes, sir. How are you, Nick?
I'm fine, thanks.
I wanted to respond to the low IQ individual from Baltimore. Not only is he a dummy, but he's a liar. I never called Hake stupid. I mean, play the tape back. I was teasing Hake to read the pamphlet that I sent him, but I never called him stupid. I don't think he's stupid. Now, the guy who said that from Baltimore is very stupid, and he's a white hater. By the way, did you hear his wife on your phone call the other day? I think it was last week. You could hear his wife in the background. Did you catch that?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think his wife. I think his wife is passed away.
Well, no, I heard a dog barking in the background. I thought that was his wife. Am I wrong?
This is silly.
Maybe
sir.
I'm wrong. Maybe she did die.
This is devolved.
Did you hear the dog
This is
bark?
devolved into absolute silliness because that dog. This is devolved into pure silliness. The very silliness I think you sometimes call us to criticize.
Well, no, but he basically, Nick, he lied.
You're like, what are you guys even talking about? Let's talk about. Why are you guys talking about? You want dogs, dog wives? Mr.
No, it's because
I laughed.
I mean,
I laughed though, so I'm immature.
Yeah, no, but but the point of my call here, I never called Hake stupid. I don't think he is stupid. The reason I focused in on big words and pictures is just to kind of make fun of him.
Right.
Not that he's stupid, but
The
that
implication being a play on his intelligence / maybe, aptitude to learning. And, right?
Well, it's more like
everybody could understand it was in fun. That was what you were playing with, though,
right.
To be
Right.
accurate.
But the low IQ individual didn't.
What makes it the joke is the play on the intelligence, and that's just fair. That's just fine. That's what made it funny.
Sure. Now, I'm not joking when I say the person who is trying to divide me from Hake does have a very low IQ, and that was his only reason for saying that. He thinks it's going to cause a division between Hake and I, but it's not.
Never will you be cleaved from James Hake. But
and another thing too, I wanted to give a super shout out to William III. He's good. He's one of your best callers. He doesn't go with the victimhood mentality of a lot of your black callers, like it's all Whitey's fault and you owe us. No, that's not William III. He's a decent, honorable black man, unlike the clown in Baltimore. But anyway, just to get to my crime of the week, the war on whites, there was an incident where, now this may be a couple weeks old, and I don't know if I mentioned it before, so maybe in the comment section someone could remind me. There was a female daycare center worker, a black woman, and for no reason, she smothered an infant white baby, smothered and killed the baby. If CSAL's listening, I can't give you the location or the day. I read it a couple of weeks ago. I didn't write it all down, CSAL, but trust me, it happened. And suffocated the baby. So they're after our children. They're after babies, women, easy targets for black criminals. Those are easy targets, and it's happening everywhere. The only problem is, Nick, the media is suppressing the black on white crime as much as they possibly can. But it does get out. Whistleblowers, leakers, Elon Musk with X, he's allowing the war on whites to be brought to the public's attention. And one last thing, and I'll let you go. Yeah. I want to say, I said this on Hake a little while ago, and I'm not bragging, it's just the way it is. I know more about black history than most of your black callers. And they know it too, and that's why a lot of them don't like me, because I tell it like it is. I'm not afraid to pull punches and on the race issue. And I think that's why so many of them don't like me and smear me, like saying that I called Hake stupid when I didn't. That's just slander. Yeah, no.
But that was pretty low-hanging fruit, don't you think? Do you think if you had never responded to that, just like this aside thing, because fine, you're right. I don't do it right. That's silly. But who believed that? Who do you think anybody believed him?
Yeah, but it's still out there. I had to respond. Well, like you got this guy in the comment section, stock car,
like
whatever.
Everybody could see that James was not bothered by that.
No, I know. I just wanted to clarify that, though. I did. I just wanted to state the stock car out there that my ego's fine. So, another dumb comment from somebody.
Isn't that the ego responding?
Let's see what he says here. Stock car, B for W, he calls himself.
Right.
Mark and his ego, massaging.
Is this not, in this very moment, the ego responding?
No, I'm just responding to a guy that lied about me.
Right. And so what did you do?
I spoke
You defended
the truth.
it. What did you defend?
The truth.
But to who? From who and from why?
From who? Well, it was from the dummy in Baltimore, and it was for Hake.
But so you see how that's the ego responding?
I mean, you could say that, but what am I?
And what was the? And then what was? But consider the irony of what you responded to. The comment was what about your ego?
Well, he said I called Hake stupid, and I never.
No. The other comment about your ego.
Well, okay. What about the ego now?
What did the comment say? What did the comment say to you about your ego?
Okay, let me go back here.
Stock car.
Let me find it.
Mark it. Yeah.
Oh, Mark and his ego massaging shout-outs. What does that even mean?
So he references your ego, and you responded to the comment about your ego. Is that not the ego responding?
Well, I mean, you could
by
say
definition.
That if you want. Yeah, I mean, you can say that if you want.
Right.
But in another writing, he says shout-out. So maybe he's okay. And
right.
All 19 okay. or at Ollie 913, I don't have amnesia at all. I don't know what you're talking about. And my skin isn't thin, Steve, if that's the clown in Baltimore telling me my skin's too thin. No, I don't think so. But,
this is perfect. Is that not the definition of the ego responding, Wouldn't the unhurt or unaffected ego, what would the unaffected ego do? Respond or not respond? Wouldn't eliciting any response be an indication of an affected ego? Now we're talking about spiritual stuff, right, Mark? I got you on the facts and what you were saying about just what Stephen got wrong and whatever you were saying, right? Okay. We've entered a new domain here, right? Isn't that the ego? Is that not the evidence of an affected ego?
Well, I mean, yeah, I won't argue with you on that. But the way I look at it, it's just
you won't
me
argue,
responding.
Folks. Bing.
It's just me responding to outright lies and criticism.
Right.
But
which is exactly what an affected ego would do, right? So wouldn't the if we're going to characterize it, the strong ego, if we're writing a story here, the strong ego would not elicit a response at all. Do you agree with such a statement or characterization?
Okay, wait. Repeat that again.
Since we're talking about the ego, and you're responding to the people's comments about your ego, isn't that exactly how a hurt ego or affected ego would respond? Wouldn't the strong ego, so to speak, elicit no response?
Well,
or
does
what
that
do you
mean
think?
I shouldn't? Well, let me ask you this: does that mean I shouldn't respond to a bald-faced lie?
If you had a strong ego or an unaffected one.
So
or
I
what do
should
you
let
think? Do
people-
you think if you had a strong, or I'm trying to use words to communicate with you, just a strong or an unaffected ego, how do you think it would respond to comments about the ego?
Well, it depends on what's said. If it's an outright lie, I've almost got to respond. If it's something else like this last guy, maybe it is ego. Okay, but when something is said about you that's not true and you respond, I don't think that's ego. It's just trying to set the record straight.
I think those are two separate things. I think it's
setting the record straight about a lie.
Setting the record straight
about you and
is one thing. Right. I think you're talking about two things. I think they operate. They can. I think those two things you just described can happen, can like exist separately. Here's what I'm trying to say. Like you're saying, correcting a lie is one thing, and that can happen. That can happen in many ways. That's just like one event, and then, your ego responding is like another thing. Do you see them as separate?
Well, I know what you're saying, but I think there's a difference. I think if someone calls you a name, well, being called a liar is a name. But I mean, if someone just calls you a name like, hey, you're a dummy or something, no, I wouldn't respond to that. But if someone says something about you that's not true, I don't necessarily think it's ego to respond. I could have let it pass, I guess.
Yeah, is there ever a situation, do you think, where no response, even in the face of a lie, not necessarily just like a dumb insult, but like a lie about you or something? Do you think there's ever a situation where no response would be strong or positive?
Well, the problem with that is that if you don't correct the lie, there are people who are going to believe it's true. So at least if I go on the record and say, hey, for example, I never called Hake a liar. I mean, stupid, rather. I never called Hake that name, but yet I was accused of that. And the person that accused me was a liar, so I had to call him out on it. I understand that the man has a very low IQ. You know, I can understand why he would say stupid things, because people that have a very low IQ have to lie to get their point across. So I'm not mad.
I'm sure he has his choice words for you. Steven, I got your back. No, I'm messing around. Mark, I appreciate you talking with me on this.
God bless you.
Yeah.
God bless you, Nick.
Call me again.
Talk to you. Will do. Thank you. Bye.
Oopsies. 888-7753. Oh, Jeff, man, I'm going to get to you right away because I just saw the little message here. You wanted to ask Mark a question, huh?
Yeah, man. Well, he's a listening show. He can respond. He'll respond to yours and Hake's and everybody else's. But a couple weeks ago, he said, "All right, so I want to ask him if he's Christian, he believes in God, and does he believe in abortion?" Because the way he talks, it sounds like he's against abortion because it's against God's will. But he said on Hake's show that if it's a mixed baby, it should be aborted.
He said that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask him, but maybe that was why you called, and I understand that. I wish you could have asked him that maybe to, I guess, maybe have him just clarify himself. I mean, because I don't remember him saying that. I wonder what he meant because, I just don't know.
That way, he said, talking about mixed babies, he said, we can abort those.
No, Mark, he did not mean that. I'm sure that was just a comment. I'm sure he just meant, you shouldn't race mix, right? That's all he was saying, right? He doesn't want to, right? He doesn't.
I don't know how y'all defend that guy, man.
I'm not defending him. Maybe, I guess I kind of am because I don't know what he said mainly because I don't know what he means. And maybe you're more confident on what he means. And I don't know why I'm fighting you so much on it, but you see how silly the conversation is now. So I appreciate you attempting, though. I get you wanted to ask him that question.
Don't worry, man. The more he calls screaming on the phone, I'm a liar and everything else. So.
Well, he might respond. He might respond. Jeff, man, anything else you wanted to say before we move the wheels?
No, man, that's it. You have a good one.
Thank you, sir. Call me again. Messi is a soccer player in Argentine and might be mixed race. I think he's mixed race at some point, right? I mean, we're all mixed race, right? Get with the program. No, that's my rootless globalism speaking. That's why I can never be president. That's why I can never be president. You must never allow it. That's my rootless transnationalist globalism, my rootless side speaking. Okay. I should make like my own cult. I should make my own thing. Just the anchor baby race. Pan anchor babyism. Yes. I see it now. A uniting of the diaspora across all nations. Pan anchor babyism. We're working on it. We got our best people on it. I see it now. I think that's just like POC or something. I think they already tried that. Just every color against white people. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? Keeping it moving. 888-775-3773. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Thank you. Thanks for the love. What's up, Pauline? Only the blacks can dog walk our hake. And I think those are words of love. There are hearts there. I think that's a super chat of love to the Hake Report. It's in your bones, Nick. It's in my DNA. You can never let me be president. Look, where was I? Stop distracting me. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the coffees. Okay, someone. There you are. There you are with the coffees. Rumble.com. You guys are great. Thank you. With the medical condition, the corporate. What's that word? The corporophilia of the mouth. Corporophagia of the mouth. What does that mean? The eating of dung. Now, what is the expelling of the similar of the mouth, right? Coprophagia of the mouth. Maybe there's another term. Maybe there's a better term. But many have this issue. Many have this problem. Okay? Okay. The expel. Okay. 888-775-3773. Taking it easy on a Thursday. I want to get to some of these stories. I see your calls. I'm going to get to you. What did I want to do here? I have these stories are definitely not fun. Black rapist gets leniency. Black kid killer gets no. Oh, we already did those. So we can move on. Put that in Wednesday. That's right. We did those. We can move on from those. Not fun. Not fun at all. Okay, something women didn't get. Since this will be old news soon. It's not news. But it's funny, it's silly. Something women didn't get. They were saying this is gay, very gay. Many were saying this is what's going on with these guys. You know, and you're like, all of a sudden, maybe you're a progressive. Maybe you're a progressive surrounded by these ladies, and they're like, what's wrong with Matthew McConaughey and this other guy? It's so gay, acting so gay. You're a progressive. You're like, wait, I thought that was okay. I thought gay was okay. Ladies have like a knee-jerk. They actually have kind of a knee-jerk reaction to it. It's visceral. I don't know. Maybe it's shattering your worldview. I don't know. I can't help you. But many women were confused with this one. Way too close. They put the like house. They put the like, I don't know, like the music. Wow, like get it, Britney. You know something? Wow. So body language. Let's help the ladies out. Here, hold on. I swear there was the music is making me miss what I saw earlier. No, I'm joking. It's making me believe their characterization. They're brainwashing me. But the guys in the chat, you guys know, right? You guys know what we're really seeing. We're seeing two guys that don't like each other, right? Okay, once we turn off the music, now it's like the goggles are off. You're like, oh, okay. The more experienced of you didn't need that. You knew from the get. This was aggression, maybe. What do you think? This was a masked aggression. Or am I now characterizing it and brainwashing you? Body language experts, where are you? Not the women. Definitely not them. They're definitely not the body language experts. Because just going with gay, okay, so you're not objective. We can't trust your, what they're supposed to have, like the intuition. Okay. Not on this one, ladies, I don't think. What do you think, fellas? This music makes me want to wear skinny jeans. This is obviously taking place in a loud room. Obviously, Doom Jesus gets it. You can't hear each other. You got to, duh, right? What do you guys think? Is this aggression? This is like pre-fight. Right? All right, buddy. Yeah, okay. Put her there. Yeah. Is that what you think? Really? Yeah, I'm a nice guy. No, you're a nice guy. Yeah. No, I think you're a nice guy. Yeah. You're real nice. You're real nice. You trying to make friends? I'll be your friend. I could be your friend. No, I could be real friendly. No, okay, whatever. Now I'm just playing it up. I'm messing around. That reminds me of the Hobbit skirmish. You know, there was once a time in Hamilton, Ontario, outside of the Baltimore House, now defunct, a degenerate place known as a bar. Terrible, I know. A bar. And I see a friend of mine. We're outside of the establishment, enjoying the fresh air. And I see out of the corner of my eye, I see my friend, who was initially enjoying the company of a lady friend. And he's there accosted by a third individual, a third party. I'm seeing this out of the corner of my eye, and I just know. I taste it in the air. There's conflict in the air. So I go right up behind this guy. Put my hands on his shoulders, kind of on his arms. Real gentle. And I say to him, hey, man, you trying to make friends? I could be your friend. Now I understand now looking back, this was actually quite aggressive. I realize now looking back, we call it Hobbit skirmish because he was a little guy. I don't know why he wanted to fight so bad. But after that comment, he goes off. He just starts going off. And so we had to have the Hobbit skirmish. But it didn't make sense. That's look, it's just a funny story I remembered, okay? I'm your Huckleberry. Yeah, you get it. That's a Tombstone. That's the movie Tombstone. I still don't know why they were having conflict like that. I just knew it was happening. I just knew it was about to go down. Let's keep it moving. I'll be your friend, pal. Rick, Hampton, Virginia. Appreciate your call. You're on the air.
Man, my brother, Nick, what's happening with you, my brother?
I'm fine, and I see you floating still, elated.
Man, I'm floating, man, because I love the knowledge you guys put out, man. You know, sometimes I think the way the liberal media, it's just so much of them, sometimes I think it's no hope to get the truth out. So I appreciate guys like you, Jesse, Hake, you know, and other conservatives that come on YouTube, man, because I'm telling you, man, it would be hard to see outside if it wasn't Fox News. But thank God for you guys, man. And I just want to say I was listening to y'all yesterday on Punchy TV. And I agree with you guys, man. I've never seen men so weak in my life today, man. You know what I mean?
So true.
I mean, it's sad, man. You can have a man and a woman, and you can tell who's head of the relationship just by looking at them. Most time, men are slouched, their head looking down. You know how men used to have posture, used to walk and know they was in charge of their family? You don't see that no more, man.
Interesting. Yeah, you know what? I can't even say I used to see that. You're like, you know how we used to just see men walk around like they were the head of their family? Yeah, I can't even say I used to see that.
Man. I saw when I was growing up, man. You know, men was head of their families, man. You know, they built more things. You know, especially I can say like right now in the black community, a lot of men don't build in the black community no more, man. You got some out there that can build, but a lot of men in the black community don't build, man. They was raised by their mothers. You know, and they don't work with their hands that much, man. You know.
Right. That's
this
so
is what
interesting.
I see in the black community.
Right. There's a self-sufficiency. Just
absolutely.
It's what's like in every man. That's the craziest part of what you're saying is inside of every man it's like the whole universe.
Right. You know, if I can encourage any man, whether you're a white collar worker, learn a trade. I don't care. Learn a skill. You know, every man should have a skill. Even if you don't make a living in it. I mean, like from car detailing, plumbing, electrician, woodworking, you know, somewhere you can take care of your home, you know?
Yeah, man. That's so true, Rick. There's stages. There are these things that you can work on and have a different vantage in your life. You know, you think, how can I get somewhere to be anywhere? You got to start where you are. And it's stages, you know, you like saving up for yourself. Now you got some money to look beyond. Now I can invest. Now I can think beyond. Like it's all where you are, stages, and it's in you. It's like craziest thing about what you're saying. It's like in every man to like be self-sufficient and be the light. So yeah, man, so true.
You know, what I was going to say. You know, dang it, golly, what I was about to say, it's just like Jesse. You know why a lot of people can't relate to Jesse when it comes to spiritual growth? Because he makes it so easy that it's hard to believe that it's that easy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for instance, his book on 7 steps to have financial success. That book is so easy, man. But when you look at society, it makes it think it's very complicated, and people tend to get discouraged. You know what I mean?
In a big way,
so
Rick.
simple.
Yeah, man. Like, you know what's a great example too? That's such a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up the 7 guaranteed steps. 7 simple steps. And you think, well,
yeah.
How about an even simpler step? How about the one step? Do the silent prayer, right?
Right.
Like these little things to do to improve your life, and people don't follow directions. Here's one for you. I was just thinking about I was just watching this video came across, and I realized if you look it up, every single video about fat loss, they'll tell you maybe the science about it. They'll tell you some facts. They'll tell you this. But when it comes down to what they're trying to deal with their audience, it always comes down to one thing. You'll notice this in and all the advice and the how to lose weight videos. They're dealing with human nature and how it doesn't want to, how it's lazy and how it just doesn't want. It's never. That is like the main thing in all the videos. You know, you realize that's what's holding people back. You know, it's not like they don't have the facts. It's not like they don't know how to do it. It's not like they don't know what they got to do. It's they don't want to, and they want to be in their hell. They want to be that. They want to be that way. You'll notice that. That's how all these videos are. It just you made me think of that. You know, in relation, right? 7 guarantees, right? 7 simple steps. You know, being a caloric. It's simple, but you know you don't really want to do it, And that's like 90% of the content. When you really get down to it, that's what all these videos are talking about. They're talking about your laziness and how you don't want to. So how do you trick yourself into doing it? How do you? It's all crap.
Right.
But yeah, how do you trick yourself into doing it? How to make it not seem so hard? How to make a diet not seem like? Don't call it a diet. Don't. It's all this advice on how to trick your brain, trick your mind. So anyways, Thanks, Rick.
I'm sure that, you know. Oh, and one last thing. You know who I haven't heard from lately? I haven't heard from William O3 lately.
Wait, who?
William O3 from California. You know, we got two Williams in California. We got William 07 and William 03.
Which one's the black one?
I think 03 is William, the black one.
He just called.
07 is William. He did?
Yep.
Oh, okay. You know, I missed his call, man.
No problem, Rick. Podcast the show.
In a minute.
Totally,
man.
Hey,
what did you say, Nick?
I said podcast the show, man, and I appreciate it. Totally, man.
Hey, no problem, man. We gotta support our brothers, man. We in a war, man. And you know, like, if you didn't see the State of the Union and see how the Democrats were, and you still vote for them, like President Trump says, shame on you. I don't know what more you can see, man. I really don't.
Bingo. Rick, call me again, sir.
Love you. Y'all be blessed. Thanks.
Back at you. Bye-bye. Thank you. All righty. All righty. I'm like, which one's the black one? 5 to 6 days a week to the gym and diet is tough if you listen to your thoughts. So true, Jim. Or if you call it a diet. You know, it's like, that's what someone who doesn't want to be that calls that. You mean just eating? Getting enough protein, stimulating the muscles enough for whatever your goal is. You got to do it either way, whether you're shredding fat or gaining muscle, you got to stimulate the muscles. You can't be lazy on that. You got to do it either way. You got to get your protein, right? And then you should be eating more or less. That's not, that's not a diet. That's just normal eating. That's just life. That's not a diet. That is just the basic, the absolutely necessary, the non-negotiables of being a lean champion or a muscular champion, whatever. Okay? That's just right. But isn't that fascinating? Do you guys see what I'm saying there? Like all the content out there, it's like 90% of it. It's not a trick. It's not like, what information are you missing? What science did you not get? Unless you really don't understand the basics, right? Eat more, get big, eat less, lose weight. And then, you get a little bit more advanced. You really don't need to get any more advanced than this. Okay, eat more than I burn. Okay, grow big. And then you get a little bit more advanced is, okay, what tissue does my body keep? I can actually affect that, right? Does it hold on to fat or hold on to muscle? You need to tell the body, well, I want to keep this. How do you tell it? You use it. You don't use it, you lose it. You don't need to get more advanced than that. The rest of every single video is just trying to tell you how to trick your mind, how to stay motivated, how to not give up, how to see it differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole industry. Like, there's the rest is not a secret. But anyways, what was I talking about? What are we saying here? Last bit of the show. Appreciate it. 888-775-3773. Let me see. Thank you, Walking Roscoe Moses. I hope I read these. You were wishing me a good show. Amazing. Anthony SoCal, your call. You're on the air.
Hey, Nick, can you hear me okay?
Coming in clear.
Sweet. I was sorry, I'm trying to this Black History Month suggestion. You know, I usually don't talk about it much because I really don't have much interest, but there is one gentleman I found that I really wish was still around to be on the fallen state. And so I want to nominate him. Have you ever heard of Eric Mays?
That sounds somewhat familiar, actually.
Yeah, you got to look up Eric Mays, man. That you know,
You said he's passed away?
Yeah, he passed away last year, but he was a politician in Michigan, I think, during the Flint water crisis.
This is so familiar.
You should look him up on YouTube, man. He made quite a stir. He kept getting elected. The constituents really liked him, and so he had like a decade-long career in politics until he passed.
Didn't some of his clips like go viral of him probably in some official setting, like calling out stuff?
Yeah,
that's what I kind of remember.
It's exactly that's him. It's I'm curious how Jesse would have interacted with him, or how that discussion would have gone. But yeah, that's just all I want to say. You should play some of his clips, man.
Black Lives. You said nomination for Black Lives Matter. Wait, it says here in the comment BLM, but I'm sure you mean, or whoever wrote this meant BHM.
Yeah, for
Black
BHM. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think
I'm not a
seeing
fan
familiar
of either,
footage. We're gonna have to play it now that you mention it, and we
Okay.
totally will here in a
Do I
sec.
have the floor? Do I?
This setting looks very familiar, and we're gonna play here in a sec.
My man. Yeah, no, that's all I want to mention. He just seems like a legend, but I'm curious what you guys think about him.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, take care, man. Bye-bye.
Michigan. He was what? He was what exactly? Eric Mays. They're giving me everybody else but this guy. Hold on. Michigan, Flint. Oh, it's spelled M-A-Y-S, not E-S. He was an American auto worker, union organizer, politician. Mays served as a member of the Flint City Council from 2013 until his death in 2024, representing Northwest Flint as the counselor from the city's first ward. One of the first elected officials to recognize the Flint water crisis, calling for investigations into the toxic water. The whole thing was mismanagement by the government there, no? That was the whole Flint thing, right? It was like, if you were just like a normie, it seemed and felt like oppressive government, maybe even quasi-racist or totally racist government, not caring about the water. They don't care about the water. Look at the water here in Flint. They don't care about us. Turns out it's local mismanagement. I could be getting that wrong. So this looks familiar. Eric Mays. I haven't seen this. I think at one point I've seen this. Let's remember a little refresher on Eric Mays.
The floor. Do I have the floor? Do I?
Do I?
Yes, you do.
You have the floor.
Thank you very much.
What a fool.
I can't speak without having someone
Oh, it's a compilation?
overtalk me, point of order, and also make mimicking things like that. I mean, is that an order, Mr. President?
It's new to them.
I don't know. I don't know.
You tricked them.
Kind of silly.
Hey, I need to talk to you. Oh, I got a call to go to the mayor's office. Nasty elect.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Must be removed if he
No.
persists in calling.
He's mimicking and he out of order basically. That has nothing to do with what the motion that's
Dude,
on
you're
the
breathing into the mic.
Yes, it do.
Mr.
Listen.
Councilman Mays, don't
you
It's hard to
interrupt
say.
me when I...
It's hard to take. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Whoa, my audio went crazy. Mic check. Mic check. It's hard to say, right? Because I don't know what the heck they're talking about in this compilation, but this is a standing on business compilation. I kind of remembering the guy now, at least in his behavior there. But we're gonna have to move on here. Okay, we're gonna have to move on. Yes, it do. Thank you, Ergalunas, man. Appreciate the super chat there. Okay, folks, we got a few minutes here. I got to go a few minutes earlier today. Just a few. Yeah, it's hard to say what. Oh, yeah. What are you guys saying? Flint, am I right about that? A failed Democrat ran city by black people. I have an aunt that lives in the plant. She tells me all the time how disappointing Flint, Michigan is. Yeah, they ran it badly themselves. He's the embodiment of freedom of speech. He's popular because of how outspoken he was and a lack of filter. Amazing. Okay, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. We're moving on here. Thank you, Ergalunas. That's amazing. That's big. Thank you, Ergalunas. Okay. Making sure we're set here. Got to check them all. Here, let's keep it moving here. Last bit. What do we have time to even get into? What do we have time to... We don't have time for that. Definitely not that. I guess Cuba was the other thing. But I can't inform you on that. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I can't do that. We don't have time for any of this. Look, I mean, I guess there's good news. I think the fraudsters are going to prison. Will JD do it? Look, as long as he does a good thing, right? I know people are not too happy about a possible JD Vance future. And I'm definitely not imploring you to accept one. But even whoever does it, if they do a good thing, like dealing with rampant corruption, could you imagine that federal government coming in, bust down the doors of California, Michigan, otherwise? Can we fix that? That would be awesome. That would be like best president ever. Best admit that would like on just that. War on fraud. Will it happen? Wait, where is it?
President Trump says the fraud in Minnesota was just the beginning. And now the administration is moving to hold more states accountable. A new White House task force will reportedly work to crack down on fraud across the country, starting in California. Vice President J.D. Vance will lead the team to investigate welfare schemes that have gone on for years, and President Trump plans to sign an executive order in the coming days. Jonathan, I know you're anti-fraud, but are you excited about the task force approach to fighting this?
Well, anytime you have big government spending...
This is the wrong video. This is just like... Yeah, thanks, guys. No, I appreciate... Look, we got the news, but then they're just going to go on. Well, I think, listen, it's like, that's my job. Okay? That's my job to bloviate. You know? But who was held accountable in Minnesota?
all days. Jonathan, I know you're anti-fraud, but are you excited about the task force approach to fighting?
That's what the task force is for.
Well, anytime
Right?
you have
That's what the
big
task force
government
is for. What's
spending-
up, Zenny? Do you want me to call it? You could call it if you like. We got a few. We almost got 3 minutes here, folks. Taking it easy. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow me here. We're going to be live tomorrow for more American Anchor Baby Friday style. Very fun. The Fallen State is coming up. You want to be following all those things. The Hake Report's live tomorrow. Okay.
You
We're just watching
always
this here before we got to go.
have big government fraud. It's like it goes hand in hand. It's estimated somewhere on the order of 15% right now of Medicare and Medicaid government.
Yeah, I guess that there's no more on that, but that's what the task force is for. Who's being held accountable in Minnesota? It's going to happen. That's what the task force is for.
Fraud. It's like it goes hand in hand. It's estimated somewhere on the order of 15% right now of Medicare and Medicaid government spending is fraudulent.
I'm outsourcing my job. Hold on.
Government expenditure during the pandemic was 30% or more. So, my big headline is let's not get rid of fraud. Let's not have a task force to address fraud. Let's get rid of the idea that government is a charity and needs to be constantly redistributing everybody's money.
Lydia,
buddy, bro. I mean, beast take, okay. That's really what you're up against in a real way. That very concept, the ethics of care. The ethics of care is the very concept that's the problem. But anyways, look, he said you called it. Okay, a minute or two here. How you doing, sir?
Yo.
Man, Zenny, I appreciate your call. How you doing?
Yo, I'm just sitting in the basking in the Toronto sun here, bro.
You got a sunny day happening? What's going on?
It's finally sunny.
I mean, I was gonna ask you to drop location, but maybe not. But like whereabouts? Just I'm trying to get the mental picture, just so I'm trying to live
in
vicariously.
Toronto?
I'm not trying to
in Toronto?
locate you and put you in danger. But yeah, we're in Toronto. I want to see the mental picture and see the sun.
Let's say Midtown.
True.
Can you
True
picture Midtown?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really, but yeah, you were talking about that the indigenous guy who got off on being indigenous.
You heard about that?
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
Is there anybody
Every
talking
day-
about that around you?
Yeah, well, I found it on Maxime Bernier's page. He's probably the only politician up here who's worth voting for. He's just like an actual conservative who sees the issues with immigration and wants to reverse that. But of course, his party gets 0 seats in Canada.
And he gets
hasn't even gotten 1 seat yet.
He gets like people kind of coming after him, no?
Oh yeah, like he actually got arrested during the whole COVID madness for like basically trying to just have events like different. I think he got arrested twice.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
he's
right.
actually like a real one.
Interesting,
I met him
man.
once, actually, at one of these things.
But nobody like around you. You don't hear chatter or anybody bringing it up or anything like that.
About
that this
like,
indigenous
I think,
guy gets a different gets in a different ruling because of his race.
Nah, I mean, like I feel like Canadians, unless you really know someone, you're really not gonna try and talk politics with
That's
anyone.
true.
People just know it's just like not. It's not even worth it. Like to try and get to know someone's politics, like it's just what's the point? You're just gonna end up hating them.
Right. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. But yeah, you were gonna say that is. I thought it was insane. I know that we see insane stuff all the time. Let's not like, but this is a domino to fall. If I have to describe it as something.
Oh yeah, I mean, like people say there's like 2-tier justice in the UK, but yeah, no, it's here in Canada as well. We have tons of instances of like people who are like I don't know, trying to become permanent residences, and then they get caught doing something bad, and then the judge says, "Oh, they're gonna lose their permanent residence, so we'll give them a more lenient." Like even like pedophiles, like people who are trying to get with kids and stuff like that. You've seen judges reduce sentences so they don't lose their status, their immigration status for some reason or something. It's like absolutely ridiculous. The white hatred, the white self-hatred is pretty bad up here.
What else is it, right? When you try and pinpoint it and peel back the layers, what else is it? But a penance that they're paying. You know, it was colonialism or racism or society or the circumstances of this individual. They should be allowed to be an immigrant. A lengthy prison sentence will be bad for them. It's not reformatory, but against who? Against society. So out of all those things I mentioned, what else could it be but like this self-penance of their culture and race?
Yeah.
Can you think of anything else? I don't think
I don't know. But like someone has definitely brainwashed the whites to a point where it's just like they're just destroying themselves, and
it's all crazy. It's all these Chamberlains and other or whatever. It's all these Chamberlain. I'm trying to think of a really French name right now, so I can't think of one.
All these Trudeaus.
Sure.
Yeah, these the Trudeaus did irreparable harm to Canada and that family. So there's definitely them. But I would say for next time or next episode, maybe you can try and cover Tyler Oliveira, his recent documentary on the Jewish takeover of I forget, some city near New Jersey or something like that.
Can you send that to me? We'll cover that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. He actually got removed from Patreon for it like the other day. So
send that to me.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it tomorrow. Zeddy, man.
Well, wait, send it to you on where? On email?
Well, Discord, email, radio@jesseleepeterson.com.
All right, I got you.
All that. I check all that.
All right, brother. Have a blessed one.
All right, sir. Take care, man.
Peace.
All right, folks. I got to run just a few minutes early. I do appreciate it, though. Make sure you like, subscribe, and all that. We got the Fallen State tomorrow. But first, Open Line Friday with Jesse Lee Peterson, the Hake Report, the Fallen State, and then, of course, American Anchor, baby. Appreciate you tuning in today. Take care for now. See you tomorrow. Bye. Peace. Oh, a little Nick, too. He's got to say bye. Bye.
The views, information, thoughts, and opinions expressed during this show are the individual's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the JLP Network or Bond. Their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. The material and information presented here is for general information purposes only. The JLP Network and Bond name and all forms and abbreviations are the property of its owner, and its use does not imply endorsement of or opposition to any specific organization, product, or service.